Hey, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. He'll be back in just a second. He was on a phone call. I'm waiting to see if everybody can hear me. You got your drink? Grab your drink wherever you put it.
It's right here.
Oh, okay. They can hear me. It's kind of glitchy over there.
Well,
he'll make it eventually. All right, let's scoot you down. We ain't even set up for this yet.
sorry, I was on a phone call. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
Oh, you'll have to.
Let me turn the comments on because you can't even see what people are saying. All right, let me get caught up here. Oh gosh, there's lots of comments. Yeah, they say they can hear you.
Yes. All right.
Here we go.
Welcome to the show.
Sorry.
He was talking loud, and I said, "Go away! You're being too loud."
I said, "What?" She said, "It's time." So I had to go in another room and finish the phone call.
Well, how is everybody? I'm still connected to Wi-Fi because I had turned it off and it started glitching. So I turned it back on to see if it helps, and it actually seems to be helping right now.
Maybe we'll see. Hey, Lori. She said howdy at 8:03. Did she get an essay?
Nah, because you were late too.
I was late to my own live. I don't guess I can say anything to anybody.
There's little hooves running around all over the place.
Yeah.
They are very active little babies now.
Bottle babies are on the loose right now. And
they're all over the living room.
It's kind of weird to have baby goats running around the living room.
Yeah.
That's just weird. Hey, Kevin. Or Kimberly, or maybe both. I figure it's Kevin.
It's Abby and Izzy.
They're busy doing something.
Well, it's probably getting close to bedtime for them. Look, there she is down there. Hey, little thing.
That's so weird having baby goats running around your living room. That's the first.
Well, I can't reach her. She backed up. Well, everybody doing okay this evening? Oh, look at you.
Let me squeeze around. That's strictly for my comfort.
Yeah, I know. They know too.
You got me in a lot of trouble today with people for not dancing with you in the rain.
Yeah.
Cliff, I am used to the animals in the house. They just don't usually have hooves. I got plenty of animals in the house.
This is the only one we haven't named yet.
Yeah, she
We
don't
still
have a
gotta
name
figure
yet.
her name out. Hey, sweet thing. Oh, goodness. Kayla says she's not going to be able to stay long. She's got something going on with a friend who needs a lot of prayer.
Well, we'll try to take care of that, Kayla.
Sue said they thought they were going to get rain in South Alabama, but it missed us. We understand.
I thought South Alabama had been getting a good bit. Maybe they were in one of those areas.
In a bubble.
Judy had said something about needing rain, and I thought they were getting it.
Too.
She's like, nope, not here.
Moonlight. She's sweetest thing. She's the smallest one.
She is the littlest.
And she's quiet. The other ones are not quite as quiet. Her lets us know when she needs something, though.
Is Farmer Rhett enjoying his summer break?
He is. Him and Sissy are going to Nana's house tonight, and he'll be back in the morning, but he is having a good summer, I think. If you ask him, we'll probably make him do too much.
Yeah, he's having to work too much.
Jody said we can have all the rain. It's been raining for over 2 weeks, on and off.
Is she chocolate or black?
Both. She's black with some brown and like silvery gray.
Yeah.
Don't step on the
Chocolate raisins. We have to watch for
That's
that.
A wild name.
They do have a little kennel that they stay in, but right now Zoe has them just running loose.
Yeah, I got it. They're confined to the living room. They're not all over the house, but they are confined to the living room, but they can do as they please. They're actually climbed up in the blanket. I've got a crate.
Yeah.
That we've got all our folded blankets in, and they are actually climbing all over it right now.
Lynette says, I don't have animals, but I let my neighbor's chickens in my house for a snack.
Mr. Jim said name her Sissy. Or sounds like Sable, like a mink.
Lori said she looks like an Oreo. Well, we have an Oreo.
We do have an Oreo.
One of the goats that we got from Walker's is named Oreo.
Yep.
So we have one of those.
I want something dainty though for her because she is she's just real tiny, isn't she?
Connie is needing some prayers for scary health issues. I need to make my notes so I don't forget.
Go lay down. Licorice. Oh, that's cute. Grammy, they see their mama every day. We take them. The first thing we do is we drop them off in the goat pen, and they run around with all the goats until that's the last thing we do when we leave is round up babies.
Yep.
They still definitely need us to help. Their mamas are definitely not capable of feeding them like they need to be fed. Jersey definitely wants to be a mama. She's just having such a hard time with it.
Sorry, I'm doing my prayer requests.
Glenda said Jason and Brooke got almost an inch. Just found out her peahen hatched 4 chicks.
I saw Brooke's video.
People are throwing out some names. Smidgen. That's cute. Smidge. We could call her Smidge. Hi, Janet. She looks beautiful with her silver colors.
That said Sylvia. You said that.
I said Sylvia yesterday. We don't want Daisy because we had Daisy and Daisy went to Catherine's.
Yeah.
But we have Daisy's first baby.
We had the Daisy that went to G&G.
Snuggle, itty bitty. Itty bitty kind of sounds like when we named Pixie Dixie.
That was you and Rhett did that. I didn't have anything to do with that.
I liked Dixie and he liked Pixie, so we went and put them together. Hey, Money Pit. Lorraine said she was about to watch the Perkins Brothers Builders and saw that the live was coming on. Pansy, Daffodil. Those are all cute. It's got to be something I can remember.
I never remember all the goats' names.
Well,
Stumbled.
I still keep trying to call Gizmo Gidget.
Well, I call Jill Daisy all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you do.
And she looks just like Daisy, and it's Daisy's baby. But I call Jill Daisy all the time.
Clover, Rose.
Yes, when the babies are extremely healthy.
Yes.
Zoe, you must be taking your iron pills.
I have been every day. I sure have.
They got the biggest kick out of you on that one. We got a ton of comments about you on that water slide.
Well, I just couldn't figure out. My brain could not comprehend throwing myself on the ground. And actually, for 2 days, my thighs have been sore. And I think it was Nick said, "Well, you didn't do You didn't fall down. And I think it was because I was trying to prevent myself so much from falling that I was so tense the whole time trying to run that I worked my thighs and got them sore.
But you would run down the slide.
I did. I was so scared I was going to fall. I mean, I couldn't figure out how to just throw myself down there. I'm like, what are they doing?
There's Mr. Tony.
They're just throwing themselves on the ground.
Tony made it before Catherine again.
She's probably out there feeding. Nick's laughing.
Probably.
That's right. He cackled the whole time.
I laughed till I hurt. I could not stop laughing.
Oh, Mary said she was looking for the live and clicked on the Woolly Bully song. Oh, gosh.
When you did the reel?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That was a long time ago.
It's been popping up lately. We've had some different people.
Hey, Ed.
Mac laughing, had her laughing too.
You could hear Mac laughing a good bit holding the phone.
Uh-huh.
But
she wanted to do it, but she didn't want to do it on video. I had to convince her a couple of times to do it.
We did get her on video like 2 or 3 times.
Especially when she busted her hiney. That was so funny.
I included all of it. But she would go with you, and both of y'all were just, it was bad.
She said, well, at least my friends ain't going to see it. Nick said, oh, you just don't know how many of your friends are going to see it because they all follow us. She's like, nah, you want me to show you?
I said, you want to bet? Because guess what? It's not just going on YouTube. It goes on Facebook and TikTok. That's right. They are on there. I'm going to have to skip over here to read it. Yeah. Kim from Byron, Minnesota. Just loved your slip and slide. I laughed so hard and just loved it. I would have been 100% Zoe.
Lana said she has strict rules about flinging herself on the ground or doing things that make her regret it later. You were just having a ball, and I said, you ended up bruised. Chance, I think, came in and said, you got bruises. And he had them on his knees and his elbows.
I had both knees bruised and my elbow. But to be honest, the first time I went, I was like, can I even remember how to slide after 30 years? And the first time I went down through there, I think I broke a rib.
Tony said Catherine would be on that.
I mean, I was sore.
Well, I fell one time and hit my head, and I was like, I'm done.
But then I got back into the swing of things. I was like, hey, I haven't forgotten how to slide.
Well, it was a good time. We still got to do a bigger one.
Yeah, we've got to do multiples of those and maybe going over a terrace into a pool or something. It's probably going to do a lot of bodily damage.
Yeah, it probably is.
And that's when we're going to
really hard.
That's when we're going to get Littlefoot in on it.
That ground is really hard.
Yeah.
At least then I can get me a little inner tube and just kind of go down.
Well, Rain and Edie both said it looked like it was so much fun, and it was. But people keep talking about when Rhett wrecked into me. And I couldn't do anything but laugh. Telling Zoe how good it felt because it was scalding hot outside. I mean, it was heat index like 115. And I'm laying there where it's pulled up anyway, and the sprinkler's running over me, and I was telling Zoe how good it felt. And Rhett slid right into the top of my head.
And he was laughing and you were laughing.
But I could hear him laughing as he was coming. He did it intentionally because he's laughing the whole way down. And I didn't pay any attention to it, and I should have. What happened to Zoe sliding? It's non-existent.
She said the slip and slide was so funny. What happened to Zoe sliding? Yeah, it never took off. It never really happened.
Well, right at the end, you did a good one when we all went at one time. You did a pretty good one, and I saved that for the very end.
Are we freezing?
Jody, it's possible. We may be freezing up a little bit.
I'm trying to watch over there to see.
I'm hoping not. Zoe won't let me watch the screen. I try to keep an eye on the laptop, and Zoe won't let me watch it.
Well, y'all kept telling me it did freeze once. They said y'all kept telling me to get low to the ground, so I figure if I take off low to the ground, then that would be even better. That means there's less room for error. I can just kind of fall, but I never did actually just fall.
Some of them are saying that it's not on theirs, so
Okay.
I don't know. It may be just skipping a little bit. Look, I'm seeing it
Yeah,
glitching
just
a little bit on ours.
I can turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone if I need to.
I don't know if is it going to affect it on your phone.
Well, we're running off my phone.
I know, but I don't know. Mr. Jim said, "How about Trixie or Darling
Oh,
for
I
the
like
baby
Trixie. That's a cute little one. That'd be a cute little name for a little dainty thing."
Kevin doesn't have us freezing, but it could be our signal just watching.
Yeah.
Because what I'm seeing on the laptop is like what they would be seeing.
Right. It's not bad. Okay.
So
well, if it starts getting bad, y'all tell us.
As long as it's not bad.
I like Trixie too. We might do that. I got to remember that though.
I'm not going to remember any of them.
And said don't touch any buttons.
I think Ed gives good advice. Don't touch it. Because then you have all sorts of stuff start happening.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the video yet, but I started to make a comment on. I saw Kevin's video about pigs, and I started to make a comment about, yeah, good luck. But I've got to watch it first, make sure I know what he's talking about.
Wow.
It sounded like they were having pig issues, and I'm like, yeah.
Escapees?
Yes. What?
Oh, man. It's so hard to retrain pigs once they figure out how to get out. They are like
I was thinking
pros.
That's why we don't currently have the pigs.
Yeah.
We've got to wait till we live there.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. At least they live there. They can round them up as soon as they get loose because you'll find them in all sorts of places.
Well, somebody was mentioning how much rain Cog Hill got, and so over an inch. We were actually texting back and forth on Friday. Friday, it's thundering. The sky's dark. I mean, y'all heard it. That's the day you heard the thunder on the video was Friday.
Yes.
It's thundering the whole time. I'm like, we got to get off of here. Not a drop. And I got a text from Jason that said, I bet Littlefoot's getting rain right now because it was black over their way. And you got a text from Catherine. Nothing.
Nope. They got nothing.
And finally, Saturday, when Zoe took the pictures of it, y'all, we didn't even care if it was raining. We just kept working. I was like, Zoe, it feels good. The temperatures dropped.
We got wet feet, and let's just keep going.
We got wet anyway. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's like an air conditioner. Let's just go. So we were putting up what?
Lori said, look at me trying to suggest names for y'all, and my animals don't have names.
Well, keep suggesting, Lori. We don't care. We decided we would work on the alpaca fence a little bit. And we're putting up galvanized wire, and it's on T-posts and all this stuff. And it starts lightning. Well, there's the end of that.
Yeah.
So we decided to reel it in.
But we did get a little progress.
Oh, yeah. But then it started raining harder. And we all just kind of stood there in it. And that's when Zoe decided to start taking pictures.
Well, it's time to go.
But I got beat up really good for not dancing with you.
It's what you should have happen. There's a song that's real popular right now on TikTok. That You Love Me song. Mm-hmm. I put that song to you not dancing with me. Yes, Sue, I've been taking my iron every day. I'm just tired because I hadn't done anything. I'm not tired. I'm just kind of... What is it when you don't do anything and you get sleepy?
That's called Zoe.
Oh. Well, I've been Zoeing today. I hadn't done a whole lot of anything today. We watched a little bit of TV today.
And I still ain't caught up on videos.
We hadn't. We watched, we like watching documentaries. We watched a documentary tonight, or earlier. And
I've got to get caught up on videos, though, tonight.
Tony said they got 2 to 3 inches. It flooded for about 2 hours. I know me and Catherine were going back and forth. I said, hold on, it's raining and it feels good. I got to go work on the alpaca fence.
We got a good soaking rain for a while. And then...
Yeah, relaxing. That's it. Relaxing will make you yawn.
It rained really hard, 30 minutes, and then it eased back off. But we still did fine.
Uh-oh. Judy said lots of prayers for Kayla's friend. She'd also like prayers for an appointment tomorrow for evaluation for her need for an electric wheelchair. And Jody said every time she logs on to our page, she's not subscribed, so she has to subscribe again.
You know,
every time.
I've gotten that message a couple of times in the last few weeks about, hey, I was unsubscribed, and something about, golly, I wish I could remember who it was, because it was somebody I see all the time commenting, asking, did they get banned from our channel? I said, why would I ban you from our channel?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I was unsubscribed today. I said, that's not us doing that.
Well,
she
we've
sent an
also
email.
noticed a lot of things with our YouTube. We have to go in and turn our comments back on multiple times.
Oh, God. And it's not all of them, but it's
No.
just every once in a while.
We'll put up a reel or whatever, and you have to choose. You have things you have to select before you post it. And we always make sure the comments are on. And there'll be one or two, and then it'll go in and cut the comments off, and we have to go back in and turn them on. Look, Mr. Jim said he almost had to go get his crying towel because you wouldn't dance with me. And Judy said she did too. That's okay. I might never get a dance, but I'll wait for it for a lifetime.
Oh my gosh. Really? Y'all, it was a joke. But what was I going? Something I was going to say. Oh, you're talking about the comments. If you try to comment on a reel or a short and it won't take it, wait a few minutes, because that's what Zoe's talking about. Is we'll go on there and it'll have comments disabled. We don't disable comments. Mm-mm. Even if I'm getting bad ones, I don't disable them.
We don't delete them either unless you're the crazy guy.
Northwest Iowa, it's lightning and raining as she was watching.
Huh?
I think I saw where Iowa had flooding. Like Iowa and maybe parts of Oklahoma, Kansas maybe.
I would
they
take
had some flooding.
Sorry.
And Daff keeps getting unsubscribed on both Facebook and YouTube.
Gets notifications. I just don't
understand. I don't know from that, because I saw somebody else, Lorraine, said she had never been subscribed from any channel ever. Unsubscribed. But I have been unsubscribed from channels.
Yeah.
Like that we try to keep up with regularly.
Yeah.
And I'll go on there and I hadn't seen them in a while, and I'll look it up and I'm unsubscribed.
Kathy said it must be the stupid AI trying to take over.
It could be.
Working on analytics and all.
Catherine's finally here. Well, we're done talking about you, Catherine, so we already been talking about y'all. Tony was here for it.
Yeah, he'll have to be in.
South Dakota and Iowa. Okay.
She said in southeast Minnesota too.
Well, we were just praying for a drop.
Yes.
The ground was crunching. But I had seen where they were having some flash flooding in some parts of Oklahoma, and Daniel was showing his ground cracking.
Yeah, they're saying the eddies and the Eldridges.
I know they were dealing with a lot of different weather back and forth. So
Catherine's got a lot going on like we do.
Yeah.
She's been busy.
We could let Tony babysit.
Ooh. Tony quit.
He likes baby goats.
He does like baby goats, but not enough to bottle feed 4 of them. Oh, goodness. Bad flooding in Cherokee. 26 homes total loss.
Brandon is without power right now.
Goodness.
Brandon should be working tonight, too.
Well, that means all that city must be.
I don't know. I just saw where Ed said it.
Uh-huh.
I haven't seen them. If I must have missed it. I hadn't seen them live in the last couple of days.
Mm-mm.
I must have
I
missed it.
think.
Uh-oh. Catherine says she's got one she's still having to try to keep alive.
I think they were live. No, that was last week. It was the night we had baseball practice, I think. I mean, football practice.
Yeah, the night of conditioning. Kevin was live that night. I missed all of his. I missed
Oh,
all
it was
of
Kevin's that I saw. when we
Brown's
got
family
home.
was live,
Well,
and I missed all of it.
We didn't have any power. And we got home, and there was no power. And then I ended up seeing it the next day that they were live.
We were at conditioning when they first went live, and then we got home and the lights were out.
Yeah.
We had a squirrel get in a transformer and put half the town out of power.
Sure did. How about
True
that?
story.
The squirrel turned the whole town off.
That's a true story. Squirrel got in it. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm getting really old, apparently.
So.
Because I had something on my mind, and I don't have a clue what it was.
I've seen people asking about Oakley and Homie.
Okay.
I don't know how much to tell.
Well, it's not any different than what we've already shown.
Yeah.
So you might as well update. I mean,
Homie's wandering around.
Is following Jason pretty much.
And yeah, Homie's wandering around with Jason and Brooke. And Oakley, we believe, is probably sitting.
We gotta find her.
We have not found her. She is not where we thought she was going to be where she was when we left.
She may be in that area. We just haven't found her yet. But I do not, for the record, before anybody asks, I do not want her to sit on a nest.
No.
If we find her, Zoe has already found 2 eggs and have them in the incubators. If we find her on a nest, we plan to rob it and put her eggs in an incubator so that she won't sit.
And I'm going to lock her back up.
Yeah, we don't want her sitting because she's solid white. Where is she going to hide?
Yep. Really, if we can, because I can walk up and pick her up. I've done it. So I think if she's just now starting to lay for the season, then we could probably put her in and let her sit on some in her little hut.
That would be possible. Yeah, we could let her sit there, but just not out in the pasture.
Write down the date. That way when you find the eggs, you'll know what date they were. That's a good idea.
That is the good thing about doing social media, is being able to look back and know when things happened.
Yeah.
Like, wait, when was so-and-so born? You look back. Just because I know when we film what.
She said, reminds her of the Ray Stevens song, Mississippi Squirrel.
Yeah. But that is a good idea to jot down the date so that we'll know.
If we could find them, we could pencil on them real quick.
Jimmy Edwina, missed y'all for a while, but back now. Just turned 65 on the 5th.
All right. Happy birthday. We had that happen to us in Northwest Santa Rosa, Florida, and boy, what a loud bang.
It is. So, one of the guys I coached football with, we were at conditioning when he got the call, and he was having to go work that issue, and that's when we found out that it was a squirrel.
Yep.
There's 3B.
Iowa had flooding.
Yeah, I was fairly certain I had seen Iowa on the news.
It has gotten really quiet in here.
That's because we don't have Farmer Rhett.
Well, the goats
both those dogs aren't in here.
The dogs are asleep.
Shh, goats are laying
Rhett's not here. We even had kitty cats born, y'all. We hadn't updated about that. So we have baby kittens that are about this big right now. Y'all can't see that. That's about 4 inches?
Something like that.
That little bitty, they just opened their eyes, and she's had them under our porch. And she has decided it was time to bring them out this week. And so now they're coming out, and they stand outside and meow a lot.
She did it on Monday while we were
processing.
We were cleaning up from processing. Wasn't
yeah, Max saw her come out with one, and she brought it and laid it down, and Mackenzie picked it up. So then she went back, got another one, and brought it to Max's feet. It was wild.
She just kept coming.
And every time Mac would walk around there, she said, she brought another one, and she put it at Mackenzie's feet. That just shocked me. And then we put them all back together, and she took them and put them under the steps of the porch. And that's where they stay. It's under the steps, and they're so sweet.
I'm not bringing them in here. I got enough stuff.
Yeah, very fertile farm. Yes. Yes. Lots of babies. But kittens are kittens. Bonnie had kittens. They're tiny.
We didn't think Bonnie was old enough to have fixed yet.
Yeah.
And then we realized that she was pregnant, so we couldn't have her fixed. So now we can.
Yeah, and we will. And we're going to take the boys to the farm. There's 4 boys and a girl. We'll probably take the boys to the farm, let them be on mouse duty, and we'll keep, not Clyde.
Clyde was not a bad boy, Catherine. We have a solid black cat that likes to show up.
No, he lives under our porch. Nick refuses to believe that, but
I see him coming across the road, but you say he lives.
He lives under the porch, and he's been here for many months now.
Well,
I don't feed him directly, but he eats.
I do run him off when I see him in Bonnie's feed, but a lot of those little kitties are black.
Yeah. Yeah. Stranger in the night.
Yes.
But he's really pretty. He's real thick. He's real hardy with bright yellow eyes. He's real pretty. Like solid black. Like a shiny black.
Yeah, we thought she was a little bit young to get fixed, and by the time she got of age where we thought, okay, let's have her fixed, she started getting a little plump.
Yeah. She said, watch her because she can get pregnant again in 4 weeks. Yeah, we're going to get her fixed.
Yeah. But they're, 2 weeks at this point?
Yeah. Yep, they're just little beauties.
Farm cats.
Sharon said she loved watching the slip and slide video from Bayou County.
Lockport, Louisiana.
That's cool. I like listening to people from Louisiana talk.
I watch them cook.
Oh, that too.
On reels. Catherine says she's got to call and make Sophie that appointment this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is coming up very soon. We have multiple vet visits to be made in the next couple of weeks. Because we're going to have Jersey checked, and we have a lot of questions about what to do, what we were going to do with Jersey. And I sat down and answered most of them last night, trying to get caught up on comments. Y'all, I apologize if you had a comment go 5-6 days without me responding. I finally, when I laid down in bed last night, I caught up on all the comments. Finally. And I had some that were 6 days old.
I'm listening to that truck outside.
I hope a wheel didn't fall off.
Do you hear it? It's just humming.
No. We don't need no more truck adventures during our life.
They fix animals at 3 months.
Well, we're going to have Jersey checked.
Yes, we do need to have Jersey checked.
And find out if we should retire her from breeding.
Which I think is going to be the answer.
If he thinks that this is this issue, It just happens, blah, blah, blah. If she's fine, I would probably let her breed again just because she wants to be a mama so bad.
God, it breaks my heart to see how she really wants to, and she's just not able.
Kathy said it sounds like it's raining here. No, Zoe's got some noises outside, but it is not raining. She has retired Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy had it hard. She had a hard pregnancy.
Well, you know, her last one, she was fine. She did really well and was young.
Well, that was not her only other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was her first one. She only had the two.
Yeah, but she did really, really good with them.
But she had a really hard time this time.
Daisy was a good mama.
Yeah.
Daisy just wouldn't stay in.
Right. And her daughter Jill is exactly like her.
But it's not Jill that's getting out all the time right now.
Now that she's got
Bale.
a hard fence.
But Bale's still getting out.
Bale is pregnant, more pregnanter than who's pregnant? That's
I don't know, but Bale looks like she's about to pop.
God,
and she's
she
going
looks like
under.
She should have popped 3 weeks ago, and she is escaping.
I have repairs I've got to make tomorrow where Hoss made him a place to go under the fence. And Belle squeezes her fat pregnant butt under there.
She does. I don't get it. She's wider.
And then she don't go anywhere. She stands right outside the fence. She gets out just for the sake of getting out.
She said Daisy started dancing again.
Is she good? She's feeling better.
I saw where Brooke said, is Rhett asleep? Rhett is probably not asleep. He is at Nana's house tonight with Mackenzie. Well, he might be if they've sat down to watch a movie.
There's a good possibility that he might be, but he said.
Hey, Debbie.
He said, if I do good at the farm, can I spend the night at Nana's? And I said, no, probably not. And he went on about his business, didn't say anything. Well, then he said, can we look up songs on YouTube, and if I do good singing, I go to Nana's?
I said, probably better if you do good at the farm than do good at singing, because everybody knows you do good singing. You have to pick to be a good farmer.
So he and Mike are both gone to Nana's. There's a good chance he may be asleep by now.
That or he's singing. He might be singing for them. They might be having a concert there.
It might be.
He has his set list. He likes Wildflowers.
He's a big Zach Bryan fan.
Yeah. He likes, and what's her name? Wow.
You talking about Lainey Wilson?
He loves Lainey Wilson.
How do you not think of Lainey Wilson's name?
I can't remember.
I mean, she's like on everything.
Well, he loves that. Chance is here. He stays here. We try not to send the boys at the same time because they fight too much.
They don't both go at once. One at a time.
So we let Rhett go with Mackenzie, and then Chance will go tomorrow.
Yeah, Chance can go, but you can't send Chance and Rhett at the same time. Ever.
That's a lot.
Anyway.
Does Rhett have a guitar? Not yet.
No, but Mackenzie does, and Rhett wants it really bad.
He does. He wants to go in there and strum on it.
Yeah.
Does he do better at Nana's house? Which one? They both. Chance does really well at Nana's house. He's not.
I just gave somebody a thumbs up. I don't even know why. I'm just scratching my arm.
Chance does really well at Nana's house because he gets soul attention, I think. You know, so he does help. She gives him projects to do, and he can ride his bike up and down the road.
Yeah, she'll give him a job.
Yeah. But Rhett, he likes to go there because he can lay back on a big old bed and watch TV all day if he wants to.
She don't make him do anything.
No.
Catherine says she's a Zach Bryan and Lainey Wilson fan.
And Chris Stapleton.
We can let Rhett sing for Catherine. Just let her and Catherine sing together. One-on-one, they're always good.
That's right, yes.
I won't say always, but
for the most part, yes.
Definitely when those two are together is bad.
Yeah.
It's always bad.
Yeah, right now we're at a stage where there's not a whole lot of getting along.
Not much.
like the reel of us all dancing, they were probably pinching each other.
They might have been.
They were probably pinching each other. And y'all
Or
were sitting
faking it
up
until you cut the camera off and then
hit.
went to swinging. Catherine said Chance and Rhett were good there.
Yeah, they were. That's because y'all were doing fun stuff. We make them do work here, and you know.
If I can keep Chance a specific job,
Yeah.
I can't just say go do this very broadly.
No.
I have to be specific. But if I give him a very specific task to get done, just him.
Mm-hmm.
So if it don't get done, it's strictly on him.
That's right.
He can pull it off.
Yes. Yeah, you have to be very specific with Chance about what you want, or he will say, you didn't tell me you wanted it that way.
Lorraine said they can come visit her. I can't. I'm not buying a plane ticket for them. I'm not going to visit.
I'm coming to visit.
Yeah, how about we come visit Lorraine and leave them here?
Any more peahen eggs? We don't know.
We've got to find her.
She is nestled down somewhere. Pretty certain of it. Because when she got out, we released them. She immediately went to tall grass and laid down. And then I got her, picked her up, and took her to where Brooke and Jason and Homie were, and she followed them around for a minute, and then she headed back up to some tall grass. So I really think she's nestled down somewhere because she's been laying eggs lately.
Yeah, I think she probably went and laid 2 or 3, 4 more, or will over the next few days.
I think we were getting 1 egg every other day from her.
Catherine said, I told Chance to fly that kite. I said, run with it. And he ran and ran and ran.
Yes.
He did that at the farm, too, but he was running the wrong direction.
Yeah.
He was running with the wind. And I said, Chance, you've got to run with the wind in your face, son, so it'll go up.
Uh-huh.
He was just dragging it.
No, he's just going. You say run, he'll run.
He just took off running. But he was running the same direction the wind was blowing. I said, that's not going to work. He's just dragging it.
Ed likes Merle Haggard, Billy Joe Shaver.
Shaver.
I don't know who that is. Charlie Crockett.
Zoe don't know. You might know who Merle Haggard is.
I know who Merle Haggard is. You'll have to show me the other ones.
Well, I think Billy Joe Shaver shot a man one time.
Oh, that sounds about.
That's
sounds
good.
like
That's
a Billy
good
Joe
country
Shaver.
music. Yeah. I think it was either him or somebody called Billy Joe Shaver when they shot it, but I think it was him. I bet Ed knows. I bet he does.
I'm sure.
And it wasn't Merle. It was, I think it was Waylon Jennings that burned a bar down that didn't pay him.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember. That was the good country. G&G must have went to Shawnee's because she said asking Londa.
Imagine that. She didn't ask me to join her.
Guess where we had breakfast today?
I would have left everybody at home and come and have breakfast.
Yeah, because we only live maybe
we went to church this morning.
half a mile from there.
We went to church this morning.
Yep. He said Billy Joe shot a man in Waco.
Oh, we watched a documentary on Waco today, didn't we?
Yeah, he did.
Let's trade paint.
That must be a racing channel.
We've already talked about that.
Is it?
We've already talked about that.
I think I remember them being on here. Where have you been?
You're looking at the wrong. There. You
No,
can't be
I'm not.
serious if you look over there. It's not serious.
He said self-defense.
There's Mr. John from Bardstown.
The bourbon capital of the world.
Uh-huh.
He sent me some stuff to look at, and there was like a magazine of like the bourbon tour and stuff like that. That would be an interesting event.
Tomorrow is Monday.
I'm so going to call you one Monday for breakfast.
What's good country music is the old country music back in the day.
I agree.
It is nothing like it is now.
I agree.
There's some,
but there's some good songs out, especially those that Rhett like.
Well, I really like Chris Stapleton because his is just there's no flashy about it.
She says she won't be here tomorrow.
There's nothing flashy about his music. He don't put on a big old show, they say. I wouldn't know because I can't afford the tickets for it. But Boxcar Willie, Kenny, Dolly, and B.B. King. I like Dolly Parton. I like all her stuff.
You were saying something else.
I was talking about Chris Stapleton. His music. It's really good because he don't put on a show.
Lori said, I got to go to bed. At least I was on time. Well, you were close enough, Lori.
Mom said,
Good night.
Mom said, the kids are fine. Is Farmer Rat awake, Mom?
Gail K said, come to Bardstown. That's where we live.
All right. It's not that far for us.
No, it's not bad.
Chris Ledoux, we listen to him.
Rhett.
He is awake.
Loves. Londa, you'll get the biggest kick out of this since you said Chris Ledoux. I introduced them to Chris Ledoux. And Rhett loves the song This Old Hat.
Oh, yes, he does.
He said, Daddy, play the tornado song. I said, what tornado song? He said, where he's going to rope the tornado. I said, well, that's not exactly how it goes, but close enough, okay?
He does. He loves that song.
He loves it. I said, he's going to ride a tornado, buddy, but close enough.
She lives in LaGrange, Kentucky, the small town that has train tracks down the middle of the main street. Well, that sounds like a Hallmark
that's
kind
interesting.
of. Yeah. Uh-oh. The screen went blank for a minute.
I don't know what happened there.
Rhett's got good taste.
He actually does, for the most part. Some of it he's a little off, but he likes some of the modern stuff that Daddy don't really jive with. But
what's that one he really, really likes?
That dang
Old Town Road.
No, I wasn't even thinking of that one. I hate that song too.
He loves Old Town Road.
He does, but he likes that new song about getting tipsy.
Oh,
and I can't stand it.
Yeah. Ronnie Millsap. We like Ronnie Millsap too.
Red doesn't care.
Nah.
If he likes the beat of it, he's in.
Yeah. Sounds like a town that I grew up in Michigan where the train tracks went right down the middle of town. Sounds like a little old southern town, don't it? We don't know what it looks like around there, but it would remind me of like what I would think Savannah, Georgia would be. Have a little old train tracks running down the middle of it. That's some big old.
That's not that small of a town.
I've never been there. You won't take me.
Franklin County is home of the Bourbon King and home of Buffalo Trace.
All right.
We're getting Kentucky folks going back and forth on their bourbon.
Well, it sounds like Kentucky's full of alcohol.
It is.
Oh.
It is.
She likes the Righteous Brothers. I don't know who that is.
I bet you know some of their music. Like Unchained Melody. And,
oh, yeah.
Zoe. You didn't know what I'm saying, did you? You're not old enough. Because set your clock to when the train went through town. It was called Henderson.
Oh, wow.
Susan was just there this weekend.
Great place to visit.
I might come visit. I don't know if I'll bring Zoe. But I might. He didn't answer your question about going to Savannah. I'll take you.
My mama will take
She
me
said
to
she'll take you.
Savannah. Do I have to take kids with me?
Deputy Dan is a retired law enforcement officer
right.
in Arkansas. Well, I'm hoping that it was under good circumstances and glad you got to retirement.
Some of the music's in Dirty Dancing. I love Dirty Dancing. Mama said Henderson, Kentucky is where Mama Chapel's from. Well, how about that? I got ties to that.
Catherine said I wouldn't even dance with you.
Mm-mm. He ain't gonna take me to Savannah.
And she said Tony would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she said.
You would have done this. Well, that's cool. Henderson, Kentucky.
Wanda said they got a train track near their house and didn't know it until they'd signed the contract.
Oh goodness, I grew up beside a train track, so it never did bother me. It wouldn't bother me now. Chris Stapleton sang the national anthem better than anyone has ever sung it at the Super Bowl. I believe it. Listen to Billy Joe Shaver's song, "You Just Can't Beat Jesus Christ." Okay, you'll have to show me that.
Zoe, look it up.
You gonna remember?
Yeah.
Okay. Commerce, Georgia, where the train tracks go down the middle.
There's probably lots of towns that have train tracks.
Kathy says she's like me. She don't know who sings it. She just likes songs. Well, tell me what's for supper, guys. We always have to ask what's for supper.
Wait a minute, what?
There are so many states that have a town called Henderson, but the one I'm talking about is in Michigan. I'm sure there is.
Catherine said, but me and Zoe usually smell like some kind of poop, so we know why y'all won't dance with us.
That's right.
Lorraine said no passenger trains in Tasmania. Last one was in 1967.
Wow. I wonder why. Baked codfish. That actually sounds good. You've lost that love and feeling. My hometown, Rutherford, Tennessee, splits Main Street. Well, that's cool.
What's Cowboy soup?
Ooh, I wonder if it's like turnip green soup.
I don't know. I gotta ask Pam what Cowboy soup is. I had a question I wanted to ask.
What's that?
About supper.
Tacos.
So, and this actually came from a totally different discussion. Let's Trade Paint had Frito chili pie.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I always like that. When you make SOS, I have always, guys, literally always, without exception, had it with ground beef and white gravy. Period. It's the only way I've ever had it. Jason and Brooke both grew up with it in tuna. And I said, I had never heard that. You do not have to take the kids to any trip we girls go on. Like that's ever going to happen. Meg has a sister in Magnolia, Texas, keeping the family updated on Hurricane Beryl.
What was Diablo sandwiches? That sounds spicy.
Well, I looked that up one time because that's what Buford T. Justice ordered in the Smokey and the Bandit was a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper.
That's right.
And if you read the history behind that, he made it up. And they actually come up with one after he said that.
Oh. Everybody's telling you what they
have it with chipped beef and stuff like that. Ground beef and white gravy for Catherine.
Christina said she thinks it's regional and how poor you are.
Well, it probably is, but that's where what I was getting at is that they said maybe it's regional, and I was like, well, that would make sense, but we're from the same region they are, and they ate it with tuna and boiled eggs.
Oh.
And I was like, well, I would probably try it, but I've always had it with ground beef. And then, of course, people say the chipped beef out of a can and things like
Well,
that.
I remember my grandmother making it for my pawpaw with the jar of the beef.
That's
cut
what they're
up.
talking about.
She'd-
That's the dried chipped
Yep.
beef
she'd
in a
cut
jar
it
of
up,
can.
make
Yes.
gravy, put it on toast.
And that's how it got started in the military was chipped beef, I
Lorraine
think.
said, "What's chipped beef?" It would be like really,
Nothing to write home about. It's in
Well,
a can.
I think it would be like really thin beef jerky.
Kinda, yeah.
It's really thin and kind of salty.
But
Cured.
even in Delaware, they do dried beef and white gravy, which
cured.
is chipped beef. Yeah, cured. So they do it the same way all the way up to Delaware. And you know the actual name, they call it chipped beef.
Yeah.
Military calls it SOS, which something on a shingle. They also call it same old, same word.
Right.
But we had it growing up, it was always ground beef. And that just threw me for a loop thinking about it.
We
being
need
made
to
out of
make
tuna.
that this week.
And I would kind of try it with the tuna just to see.
Mm-hmm.
I would try it. Just because I'm curious.
Lorraine says she'll pass.
So, Lorraine, the way we make it, and Jody asked the same thing, was chipped beef. Must not be a thing in Australia or Tasmania. But I would try it with the tuna. But it's just ground beef and white gravy put over toast. That's
so
it.
Diablo is ground beef with taco seasoning, can of corn added in, simmer half an hour. Serve it in a bin with sour cream.
It's got to be bun.
In a bun with sour cream and shredded lettuce.
So if you watch what he's eating on that, I can't really tell what it is, but it's not anything messy. It's like a little bitty burger of some sort, and it's called a Diablo sandwich. But I looked it up one time. I was curious, and they said he made that name up when he ordered it.
Oh.
And then they actually come out with one.
Did you see what Farmer had for dinner?
Chips and popsicles.
Potato chips and popsicles.
Debbie said you're supposed to soak the beef first to reduce the salt.
Well, that makes sense.
Catherine said don't forget it's Shark Week.
I don't know if we'll watch stuff about sharks.
I usually do a little bit first. First of the Shark Week, I'll watch a little bit, and then it gets to where a lot of it's repetitive.
Yeah. Do you like tuna noodle casserole? I could make that this week.
I can tell you that the only tuna anything casserole that I've had, I did not care for it.
Oh. Well, I like it. Stop bouncing.
Jackie said chipped beef can be bought in the deli meat section near bologna or ham. It's just salted beef. Cured. That makes sense.
I wonder, we should smoke a bologna chunk. Brooke said she's going to email me.
Okay. Lorraine says she likes shark, especially battered and fried. I do too, but I loved it grilled. It was awesome. Grilled shark was incredible.
Never had it.
So there used to be a restaurant, and I don't want to give the name of it because I'm afraid they'll get in trouble. Well, no, they wouldn't. Now it's gone, so it wouldn't matter. So right next to the pass where we fish at Alabama Point, there was a restaurant there called the Outrigger, right next to it.
Oh, where we always park.
Yeah. And we caught a shark, and it's illegal to land a shark on the state pier. But you can catch it and go down to the beach and land it. It was fine. And those guys cut it up for us because we didn't have a clue how to cut up the steaks.
Type our email in.
And he cut up the steaks for us, and we grilled those, and it was awesome. It was incredible.
Mom said I've had alligator, and I do remember alligator, and it tastes like chicken.
I think you had alligator with me.
Yeah, but I've never had any shark at all. Chip beef, Mako shark.
No, it wasn't Mako.
Yeah, Catherine can't eat seafood at all. She's allergic.
Well, Lorraine's saying it's not so overpowering fishy as most, and she's exactly right. But it's really really good.
There it is. There you go, Brooke.
Was that Brooke needing it?
Yeah.
There's the email right there. Well, it's time to wrap up. Y'all done got me hungry thinking about grilled shark.
Well, lucky for you, you get a ham sandwich and some fried
Okay.
squash.
Don't bother me none.
We're going to do ham sandwiches and fried squash tonight.
I'm not going to eat a ham sandwich, but fried squash sounds good.
Okay.
I'll eat bologna sandwich.
Oh, that's what you bought with
Heck
bologna?
yeah, I did.
I'll fry it for you. I'll even fry the bologna.
All right, Zoe, you ready?
Yep. We will see y'all video in 2 days.
Video on Tuesday and live again on Wednesday. We'll have a lot more to talk about on Wednesday. Just some stuff I couldn't talk about yet tonight.
That's right.
But got a lot to talk about on Wednesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.